So there you have it. 4 great exercises. All of them are targeting our triceps from different angles. Hey guys, I'm Mark McKillier with Live Anabolic, and today we're going to talk about triceps. So everybody wants big arms. I get it. I'm the exact same. All right, I promise. And the problem is we tend to focus only on our biceps. Man, that's the #1 flex. All right, everybody knows how to do that. All right, but your bicep is only part of your arm. I mean, your triceps actually have more mass than your bicep. All right, and because they're behind you and you don't see them in the mirror all the time, we just tend to neglect them. So you always see guys at the gym just curling away, but you don't see them spending nearly as much time on their triceps. So today's workout is going to be 4 fantastic exercises you can do at home with nothing but some dumbbells. But before I get into those exercises, I want to remind you real quick about some things that we give you for free. All right, not a lot of companies do that, right? We have a phenomenal Facebook group. Click the link below this video, it'll take you there. It is a fitness site. I'm the moderator. I'm in there every day answering questions, and it's guys just like you and me. So I don't care if you're not a social media guy, take advantage of it, all right? You will love the content. Everybody that joins says it's their favorite channel, not just fitness channel, just their favorite channel to visit, and everybody is helping each other out. And it's guys around the world. I mean, we have over 18,000 members now all over the world. So it's a blast. Trust me, you won't regret it, and it's free. And then right after that, please do us a favor, help us spread the word about this YouTube channel. I mean, here we are, Gary and myself, cranking out hundreds of videos that are fantastic, and they're not just exercise. There's a lot of nutrition related stuff, hormone related stuff, motivation. It's just kind of all the above, anything related to fitness. So hit the little like button below this video, share it with some of your buddies, and be sure and subscribe to this channel because Gary and I are cranking out videos every single week, and you don't want to miss one. All right, so 4 different exercises for our triceps today. And then guys, one of the things I do when I'm selecting exercises for an individual muscle group is I try to work the muscle from lots of different angles, okay? Basically, you're just forcing your brain to call upon slightly different fibers in the muscle group itself, all right? And that leads to better overall growth. Instead of just doing your favorite exercise over and over and over, you really need to do lots of different exercises for the same muscle group. All right, so the very first one is going to be a dumbbell chest press, but we're going to be using 2 hands with just a single dumbbell, okay? Now, yes, it is going to get some chest activation, but if you do it the way I show you, you're really going to feel it in the triceps. All right, so because you're using 2 hands and 1 dumbbell, obviously you're going to have to pick a heavier weight than you normally would if you were just doing a single arm, all right? So basically, I'm just going to be grabbing the handle like this, okay? Both hands on the handle. You can just bring it to your chest here, and then we're just going to push straight up and down. So guys, you're going to be able to lift a lot of weight. Now, this is not a heavy weight for me, but I'm just picking something that I can use to show you the form and talk to you at the same time. And then when you come down, don't rest it on your chest because you'll take the weight off of your triceps. You can touch your chest, but don't rest it on your chest. And then at the top, really try to squeeze your triceps so that your elbows go straight at the top, and then control the weight down. And if you don't have a real heavy weight, if you can't pick a weight that's heavy enough to fatigue at say 12 to 15 reps, this is what I want you to do. Slow up. Flex, flex, slow down. Don't rest. 1, 2, 3. Slow up. 1, 2, 3. Slow down. 1, 2, 3. And then repeat. So guys, because you're using 2 arms with only 1 dumbbell, some of y'all won't have heavy enough dumbbells at home to really push yourself hard. So the way to make the weight feel artificially heavier than it really is just go really slow and then do a 3-second pause at the bottom and at the top, and I promise you'll start to feel a burn. Okay, so the second exercise is something called a tricep kickback. Now, this is the exact opposite of the previous exercise where you use a really heavy weight because you're using 2 hands. This time I should say, you're gonna have to go with a really light weight because form is critical, and you'll end up cheating if you use just slightly too much weight. So don't be embarrassed to go with a baby weight on this one, guys. All right, so I like to put my knees and hands up on something like this. You could be on the couch or a chair right now. It doesn't have to be a bench. But guys, the goal is get your elbow up here by your side, by your hip, all right? And try to keep your elbow stationary. This is the hard part, and this is why you can't use much weight. Keep the elbows nice and still, and then just extend the dumbbell backwards, and then so basically we're kicking it back. And see, if you use too much weight, I'll see guys at the gym and they start swinging it like this. All right, terrible. You won't get much out of it. All right, if you go with a really light weight and really strict form, you're gonna start to feel your tricep burn really quick. So I'm gonna turn around and do it the other way on the other arm just to give you guys a view from 2 different angles. So first thing you do is get that elbow up by your side, by your hip, and then straight back and down. I'm really focusing on trying to keep my elbows still, and I'm focusing on controlling that weight, both on the upward and downward part of the movement. Great exercise, but only if you use really good form. Okay, so the third exercise is called an overhead tricep extension. Now we're going back to 2 hands with 1 dumbbell now, but because of the way we perform this exercise, you're not gonna be able to go real heavy, okay? Not nearly as heavy as with those 2-handed chest presses, okay? But I like this exercise because it gets your elbows in a completely different location and stretches your triceps out throughout the full range of motion. So that's one of the reasons why I threw this one in here, because a lot of the tricep exercises that we do, your elbows are kind of down low by your side. Well, this one, our elbows are gonna be way up here, okay? So start with a dumbbell here. I just rotate and go to my shoulder, and then I put my hands under the flange, okay? From there straight up. And I really like to let it, really let that thing stretch your triceps. It goes as deep as you can. And then it's just a straight up press and then back down. So yeah, see guys at the gym go real heavy and they do these little partial reps. All right, so use a lighter weight and better form and let that go. Man, that's as far as my triceps are gonna let my weight go down, okay? So I really can't go any deeper than that, all right? And so it's straight up and then let it slowly kind of drag itself down behind your back. You'll feel the flange touching your back, that's fine. All right, up, down. And let's say you're getting really fatigued. You're like, oh my God, you don't have to drop it, just, it goes to your shoulder, okay. Now my triceps are resting, all right, even though I got a good burn. And then from here to your thigh and down to the ground. Really good exercise because we're putting our triceps in a pre-stretched position and they stay in that stretched position throughout the full range of motion. All right, so the fourth and final exercise today is called a dumbbell lateral tricep extension. So remember, at the beginning of this video, I was talking about trying to hit the muscle from lots of different angles. Basically what we're doing is we're putting our elbow our shoulder, our arm, whatever, in different positions so that when we flex the triceps, we're emphasizing different muscle fibers, okay? So that's basically the concept with using lots of different exercises to target the same muscle group. I always do this. It's far better than picking an exercise that you just love and doing 20 sets of that one exercise. Yes, that will build the muscle, but not nearly as effective as doing lots of different exercises for only, say, 2 or 3 sets each, all right? So let's do a lateral tricep extension, all right? The dumbbell is basically just going to be coming down to your chest. Now, it's resting on my chest now. And like some of the other exercises, you're not going to be able to use a lot of weight here, all right? So you can use your offside arm on your bicep to basically help stabilize your elbow and try to keep it relatively stable in one location, not having to move it around a lot. But slow and steady is the key here, guys. And if you accidentally picked a weight that was a little too heavy, you're going to know it because your elbow is going to be shaking and going to be moving all over the place. And you'll feel yourself enlisting the help of other muscle groups like your shoulders. But if you pick a light enough weight that you can use really good form with, you'll be able to keep your elbow pretty stationary with very little help from your offside arm. So it's just straight up, and I'm coming down to my chest. And my right arm now is really not doing much. It's just kind of laying on my bicep. So there you have it. 4 great exercises. All of them are targeting our triceps from different angles. And guys, there are 3 different muscle groups that make up your triceps, all right? And that's why I like to use, as many different ways to hit the different heads of your tricep. And don't forget, guys, remember, if you spend as much time on your triceps as your biceps, you're going to really see some size gains, all right? But you have to push it hard, all right? So guys, you just can't kind of go through the motions basically like I just did, all right? So I was not doing a real workout. I'm picking a pretty light weight. I'm not going anywhere close to failure, all right? It's all about form and pushing yourself. You have to push yourself so hard that you feel the lactic acid, you feel the burn. If you're not feeling the burn on tricep day, you're not pushing yourself hard enough. And then on top of that, guys, if you just stick with it and never give up on yourself, I promise you will be able to build some nice big arms.